Well, thank for that. We're back. G'day, it's Adam here again with another quick instant movie review for you. So tonight I caught the latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this being Deadpool and Wolverine. This has Wade Wilson, once again played by Ryan Reynolds, toiling away in civilian life. Basically just trying to be a normal person, putting the superhero life behind him after he's rejected by the Avengers. But all is not what it seems when his homeworld is faced with an existential threat, which unfortunately means that Wade reluctantly needs to suit up once again and join forces with an even more reluctant Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman. Now, the words Wolverine and Hugh Jackman, I honestly didn't think would come out of my mouth again after 2017's amazing arc to the story that was Wolverine, which just finished that film off absolutely beautifully. But the will and the might, and dare I say the money associated with what this film is all about, has brought Hugh Jackman back. Now, obviously, Hugh and Ryan are very good friends and constantly take the piss out of each other. And this film is basically one big piss take. Nothing, I repeat, nothing is left on the table here at all. Ryan Reynolds has gone out of his way to completely trash Hugh Jackman and give a lot of swipes to Wolverine as well. Whilst Hugh Jackman does exactly what Hugh Jackman should do and give just as much back to Ryan Reynolds. But the beautiful thing about this, and this is the most decisive and important part of this review, this could have just turned into a slinging match of poo between these two good mates that just happen to also play superheroes. However, in the middle of all that, we have an extremely smart story, really great direction by Sean Levy, and fantastic performances all around. So not only do you care about the characters, but you care about everything else that is going on within the story. It also allows for a whole lot of poo slinging to everyone, and many, I repeat, many a cameo. This film is like a wet dream for everyone who loves superheroes, and the stories behind those superheroes and stories behind those movies and what could have been, what should have been. So everything that was what could have been and should have been appears up on this screen tonight. For me to say any more would be to ruin some of the most amazing cameos and surprises you will see in a film, I think, ever. This is absolutely fantastic. This is a great film. How this was all pulled together, I will never really know, but I think it's really Ryan Reynolds' magnetism to just making stuff happen. It's kind of like the guy is just gone, I want this to happen. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And in the process, I know I'm going to entertain everyone that watches this film. And tonight, the most beautiful thing that I saw was a full cinema on a Thursday night. The cinema was packed. Not just this screening I went to, which was at like 6:30 at night, but the screening after that, and the screening after that, and the two screenings before that. The communal experience of being in a cinema has been recreated by a film with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman wearing crazy suits, swearing, punching, and taking the mickey out of everyone in Hollywood. And having a great time doing it. This film is so entertaining. I don't want to give too much more of the plot away, but it does touch on things of the past, things of the future that are going to happen, as well as just embracing what it means to go out to the cinema and have a good time. These guys understand it, they've embraced it, and they've given it to us. Is it the best film ever? No, it's not. Is it the most entertaining film I've seen this year with an audience? Yes, it is. And I will not stop thinking about this film and everything that is goes along with it. It's kind of like Marvel just went, all right, we're going to accept, not only are we going to accept you in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Ryan Reynolds, but we are going to give you everything that you want. And basically say, you want a what? No. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, there's no way. Okay, well, if you can make it happen, do it. That's exactly what's happened. And I mean, look, it's Ryan Reynolds. It's Deadpool. It's going to be as meta as you can possibly imagine. And this is it, and then some. And I think the thing with this film is it just fully embraces every single thing, winks to the audience heaps, but also acknowledges the fact that it needs to have a cohesive story and it needs to be able to be well told, have some great action sequences, be inventive, be different to what it was before, and just have a great time and lean into everything it possibly can. And this is the film. I had the best time in the cinema tonight. And yes, there is an amazing sizzle reel at the end, which is homage to to something with an amazing soundtrack. And speaking of soundtracks, yes, this film leans into the absurdity of everything on the screen whilst putting on top of that the absurdity of soundtracks. There is just, there are so many needle drops in this, everything from NSYNC to Madonna, Krista Berg. Krista Berg is featured on this soundtrack. Avril Lavigne is on the sound. I mean, there's so many great needle drops in this. I can't even begin to tell you. But I had the best time with this. I am absolutely hyped to see what is going to happen next. Everything that I hope will happen next. I don't know if it will, but I loved this film so much. For me, it's a 9 out of 10. I'm a massive dork, and I loved every single moment of this film. And I can't wait to see it again. So please see Deadpool and Wolverine, especially if you're a Marvel fan that has given up hope, because hope has been restored by a potty-mouthed man in a big red mask with wide eyes, and just happens to be helped along with a guy that looks like a giant lemon that should have always worn that suit from the get-go. Ironically, this is quite an ironic moment because Kevin Feige was an associate producer on the first X-Men film in 2000 and was one of the first people to see Hugh Jackman audition in front of him for the part of Wolverine. He's probably going to be one of the last people to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine on the set. God, see this film. I had a great time. Do you have a favorite Wolverine moment? For me, one of my most favorite Wolverine moments was, I think, in X-Men First Class, when a young Xavier and a young Magneto walk into a bar and Hugh Jackman just literally has one line, 2 words, and that is the performance. I love that performance. So do you have a favorite Wolverine performance? Comment below, let me know. And as always, please subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, and I'll catch you next time here in my car.